boy Untamable back with another helpful update video. Today I'm going to walk you through PUBG settings. I'm going to suggest the best PUBG settings for you, the player, and if you don't like the way my settings feel for you, you can always reset them back to default or tweak them a little bit. But this is just an advisory video for future PUBG players, new players, or players that has been playing the game for a long period of time and just need some kind of change to their gameplay. So let's get into it. We're gonna press start, go to system menu, settings, and here it takes us to the settings. So we're starting at controller button preset. Controller button preset is the way your preset of your controller interacts with PUBG only. These settings is PUBG settings, not your controller settings. So type A preset is where if you hold the left trigger to aim, it will hit fire, and if you tap the left trigger and let it go, it will ADS, down sight or down scope. I personally don't like type A because I come from Call of Duty. I've been playing PUBG since December 13th, 2017, which is the second day PUBG came out, and I couldn't put down this game. I mean, I have taken breaks, but still consistently played the game over years. Today is now December 9th, 2024. This is a 2024/2025 setting informational setting video. So type B controller preset is if I tap the left trigger, I automatically aim down sight, I automatically aim down scope. Now to hit fire for me, since I use type B, I would have to press LB, and since I have an Xbox Elite controller Series 2, I use my paddles, or I still use LB to hit fire, and my paddles do help. I mean, I don't use Cronus, I don't use any kind of cheats. I've only just used the Elite controller, and I still stick with the best of them whenever my game blesses me to have the best connection and it doesn't lag and I don't run into cheaters. But you also have type C. I'm not too sure what type C is. And then you also have custom. Custom is when you can customize your controller preset buttons to the way you want them to be, and that's what most players do. But for me, I like using type B, and I like to adjust my settings to what I like to, so I can be able to do what I want to do whenever I want to do. So next setting, invert X axis, invert Y axis. You want to leave both of these on disabled, because if you enable these, when you go up, your controller will go down. If you go left for the Y, if you go left, your controller, if you turn your right stick left, your person or character will turn right. It will do the exact opposite. So leave it on disabled due to you don't want to invert it. Now dead stick, dead zone stick. This is my right dead zone stick for my right stick for where I aim down sights, and my left stick is for movement if I'm running, traveling. My left is on default 10, and my right is on 8, and the reason that I use 8 is for my controller has stick drift with it on 10 on default, so I ended up actually putting mine to 8. I prefer you guys to leave the dead zone however you want to leave the dead zone to preset. It is just for input of your controller. You can lower it, you can it would be best to lower it, but if you raise it up, then your controller inputs and whatever kind of input you do to your controller will be very delayed. So leave your dead zones at 8 or 10, or you can go lower, but it's all to your preference. Now, vibration for my controller, I have it off. I mean, I used to have it on back when I first started playing PUBG, but it started becoming a disadvantage, because when I would get shot, when you get shot in PUBG, your controller will vibrate and you'll get scared, because you wouldn't expect that you're just randomly out somewhere and your controller vibrate because you done got shot somewhere. So you panicking inside your brain, thinking, oh, my controller vibrating because I got shot. But as the controller is in your hand, you're trying to make inputs to make your character move a certain way, but you're really panicking. You're making yourself overthink. Let's jump to the next screen. We're gonna jump to the most important part, the most important screen out of this whole video. Sensitivity settings. Okay, I'm going to fully explain the forward running sensitivity correctly to all PUBG players, new, veterans, and people that just put the game down and plan on picking it back up, or just people that has been playing it and they just want to try something new, try out some new kind of settings. So that's what this video is for. So let's get into it. Forward running sensitivity. For running sensitivity, I suggest that you put it at 10. I did have my forward running sensitivity at 50, but I've noticed as of today, I just changed it today, but as I've noticed, as it was on 50, the difference between 50 and 10, if I'm running forward and I run left or right, on 50 my person would run left or right and slow down speed instead of keeping the same speed and still moving forward. That's what this forward running sensitivity is for. It's for forward running, moving in a forward direction or backwards direction, depending on whatever direction you want to go, but most of the time it's going to be forward. So it is forward running direction. So if I want to move forward and go left right, my character will keep the same moving speed, running forward, going left right in order, keeping the same exact speed without losing speed. When I was at 50, I was losing speed. My character would slow down or come to a complete stop, and you don't want to come to a complete stop because you may get caught out of cover and get shot and you're down and you may die, and then it's back to the lobby again. So that's forward sensitivity for you explained. Now movement sensitivity is at 50 on default. I suggest you move it up to 100 for all players, new players, veterans, and people that's just trying to look for something new to try out. I suggest you move it to 100 and keep it at 100. Never change it. No matter if we get a new update, leave it at 100. It's for movement speed. It's for your character doesn't feel like you move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, slow. You want it to be very consistent. If you move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, go, you want it to move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, with no hesitation. With no hesitation. And that's how you want it to be. And this is why I'm suggesting, this is why I advise you to put it at 100. Now, vertical sensitivity multiplier. Vertical sensitivity multiplier is for the different terrains and gunfights that you're going to run into in the 5 maps that PUBG has came out with as of December 2024, December 9th, 2024. And I'm going to use these settings to 2025. So this is a helpful video coming into for new players in 2025 also. I have mine set to 69. That way I can have better control over looking up, shooting without it being too jumpy. It was at 75, but I lowered it there. I lowered it just so I can adjust to it, and it works best for me. You can try it out for yourself, see if you like it. If you don't like it, go back to your old settings, or you can default it. And I'm not sure what default is because I've always ran my settings at 69. I really haven't. 69 to 75, those are the only two settings that I ran my vertical sensitivity multiplier on. I've never ran it no lower nor higher. Okay, next one, general sensitivity. My general sensitivity is fast. It is at a 18.3 due to me having fast sensitivity in every FPS shooter that I've ever played. Call of Duty, this, Crossfire X, every FPS shooter, my sensitivity is high, and I prefer that my sensitivity is high that way I can look around and be able to look around without being caught just looking. I can look and move at the same time, and that's why my sensitivity is high. I would suggest for people that is using the default sensitivity for general sensitivity, I suggest you try it at 10, then go to 15, and don't go no higher if it's too fast. If it's too slow, then go ahead and try 20. I know 20 is too fast, but maybe your eyes may be better than mine. I would suggest you keep it between 10 to 15 though. I mean, I use 18.3 because it works for me. Now, next setting, vehicle driving sensitivity. Vehicle driver sensitivity, mine is at a 7.7. I used to have it at a 9, but as of 2022, I've been running it for 2 years. I've left it at a 7.7, and I have great control of turning left and right in vehicles. I can slide, aka drift vehicles without it being too wild where I have no control over it and it feel like I'm driving a car in the rain with drag tires on it. It don't feel like that. But this is my preference. I would suggest you try your vehicle sensitivity at a 6 if you're running default, and if you are a veteran player that has been playing it for a little minute, try it at a 7. Try it at a 7. See if you like it. Try it at a 7.0. See if you like it. And now our next one is aim acceleration. My aim acceleration is enabled but I just enabled my aim acceleration this year, this beginning of 2024. I used to run with it disabled. Matter of fact, I ran with aim acceleration disabled all the way until this year. So 2017 all the way to 2023, I've ran aim acceleration disabled. I didn't use it. It was disabled. And aim acceleration is for when you're aiming down, looking at a target. The longer you aim, the faster it will turn while you're aiming down. So I know my 1x optic sensitivity is at a 3.5, but I know that it's at a 3.5, and since I have my aim acceleration turned on, it will allow me to aim and turn all the way 180, and it will do it fast. It won't be at a slow as if I would have aim acceleration disabled, and it would just be a 3.5. So it would be a 3.5 turning slow all the way around to 180. Next one. Over the shoulder sensitivity. Now my over the shoulder sensitivity is my hip firing, since aim is my hip firing sensitivity. My hip firing sensitivity is at a 13.2. I would suggest you try it. It works best for me. I would suggest you try your hip sensitivity at a 8, 9, or a 10 if you are a new player. Veteran player, go ahead and try my setting. If not, go back to default or your setting that you was using before. Now, this setting, inventory cursor setting, everybody struggle with explaining this setting. This setting is for looting, and the icon on the map when you press the 2 square button to pull up your map in PUBG, the icon, the circle where you ping stuff and move around the map, that's what this sensitivity is for. That's what the cursor sensitivity is for. Your icon for the map and looting. 2 things. Mine is at a 10. Anything slower than a 10, my cursor moves too slow, and sometimes in the heat of the moment I want to move my icon from one part of the map to another part of the map. But if it's on any sensitivity slower than a 10, it's too slow. I would suggest you try it at an 8 first and then work your way up to a 10. I use it at a 10. It worked best for me. I'm not saying it's for you. Try it at an 8 first. I suggest you try it at an 8 first. Alright, now the most important ones. Now here, my 1x ADS, my 1x optics sensitivity, aka red dot and holographic sensitivity, is at a 3.5. Is at a 3.5 because I like to, when I spray, I would like to keep my spray pattern small, and with it being high, my spray pattern with my sensitivity being low, it would keep it small. If my sensitivity is high, it's everywhere. It's making big circles, and I like to keep it on target where I don't make circles. I'm just on target. My 2x sensitivity is at a 7.4. It is 2 times zoomed in than a red dot or holographic. That's why it's 2 times faster. My 3 times is 3 times zoomed in than the 1x, and that is at a 10.5. It works best for me. It may not work best for you. You can try it out. If it doesn't work for you, go to default or tweak with it, play with it, find out what works for you. 4 times. Now, 4 times sensitivity. My 4 times sensitivity is kind of a little bit slower than my 5. I mean, than my 3 times sensitivity, because that's the main scope that I use for my sniper rifle DMRs, and I put it on the AR if needed to be. And it would be best that I be able to control a sniper rifle DMR or AR with the scope on it without it being too jumpy, or I won't be able to control my spray. And for 4 times I'm able to control my spray. Now 6 times. 6 times is 3 times more zoomed in than a 3 times, but you can also zoom out your 6 times to a 3 times, but for some reason it don't feel the same as a 3. I guess because it is a longer scope on a gun, and it has different sight advantages to it. So it's just even though it's just an adjustment for the 6 times, you can also zoom it in and out. But mine's is at a 7.4. I would suggest you try it out. If not, leave it at default. If not, tweak with it. Tweak it out, play with it, try it out, and see if you like it or not. Now my 8 times. Now my 8 times scope sensitivity is at a 8.8. It used to be at a 12 to 14 until they changed the scope itself, and now you, instead of the 8 times taking up the whole screen, you can see out of the peripheral of the scope. And since I'm able to look out of the peripheral of my 8 times scope, I'm also able to be precise with my target aiming through the 8 times, and I need it to be slow. And you only can put it 8 times on sniper rifles, the M16, but the bullet drop on the M16 and DMRs. And the DMRs don't have as much bullet drop as the M16, but in order to get the best outcome out of the 8 times scope, sniper rifle, then DMR, then M16, and in that order. Now the 15 times scope, I just got the 15 times scope. Maybe I don't get the 15 times scope off too often, and it is slow because it is the 8 times 2, and you can see, instead of the 8 times where you looking at somebody, you can see their head fully. The 15 times scope, if you're looking at somebody far away, you can see their forehead, you can see their earlobe, you can see their nose, you see everything. And mine is at a 16.6. It works best for me. I have not found any other setting work better than my settings that I have now. I've been tweaking these settings. If I change my settings, I'll make a new video or update you guys on settings, but for now we gonna stick with that. So here we go with the gameplay. English crossplay is on, enabled for me. Game DVR is disabled for me because it takes up space. I use Protonopia, and as far as hiding nicknames in the kill feed, disable hints, disable network debug statistics. That is the frame rate statistics on the top of your left hand screen. While you're playing, you can be able to read your frame rate in the game. I would suggest every player enable it, new, veteran, or a player that has been playing and just looking for new settings to change up to better their game, I suggest you enable this. Now, compass background, it is enabled, but it is for when I'm pinging. It is for at the top of my screen, the numbers, the compass numbers. It is a ping marker on your compass for you and your teammates that to see. Your loot flash, you can put it on pulse or glow. I have it on glow because I always want to make sure when I'm looting, I don't want to run past anything because everything is glowing, and if I didn't see something, I just was completely oblivious of it. Inventory tooltips, disable that for all players. Disable clan chat while in it. Enable it, I would say enable the chat for all players. That way players can be able to talk to you or communicate with you in some kind of way. And sorry, go back down. The radio message display is at dialogue. I want it to be words. I don't want it to be emojis, even though you can toggle between words and emojis. So just leave it at dialogue. Don't put it at emojis, because you can also use emojis even when it's set to dialogue. Alright, function reticles. Now my red dots, I have it on green. I have it on a green dot, which is type 5. My hollow is at type 7, green dot. That way I can see. 2 times, type color 2. 3 times, color 2. 4 times, type. Ooh. 4 times is at type 1 due to I can't really see what I'm aiming at with all the extra stuff that's going on in it. So I have mine at type 1. Cannon sight, I need to change that. Now my cannon sight is going to be type 6, and I'm going to leave that there. You have seen me change it right here, and it will be in the video by the time you see it. Vertical brightness is at high. That way I can see my reticle while I'm shooting a target. It will show that my reticle is lined up with what I'm shooting at. So you can also set it to medium. I suggest all you players, new, veteran, or just someone that's looking to change up, set it on high. Okay. Default firing mode for pistols, set it on fully automatic. So when you pick your guns up, you always want to set your gun to it automatically goes on automatic. That way you pick it up, reload it, and you ready to go to battle. You won't have to pick it up, reload it, and then switch fire, and then you get caught trying to do all these things at one time. Make it as simple as for you. That way you can make your movement and your game fast. So pistol set at full auto, SMG set at full auto, secondary set at single, but it don't matter because when you pick it up it's gonna go to full auto. AR set at full auto. AR secondary doesn't matter because it's gonna go to full auto. DMR set at full auto, and shotgun set at full auto, because when you pick the gun up you want it to automatically be able to reload and go to battle and attack and shoot. Now, third person aim camera position, this is for your shoulder, how you want to hold your gun. So if you want to hold your gun with your right shoulder, or if you want to hold your gun with your left shoulder, you can set it to right shoulder like I have. So whenever every gun that I pick up, my person holds it with his right shoulder and he shoot with his right hand and hold the top of the front of the gun with his left hand. Or if you left-handed, you can hold the gun with your left hand and shoot the gun with your left hand and hold the gun with your right hand if you left-handed. But that's for you to decide. I'm just here to tell you and explain the settings to you before I suggest anything to you. Now, here's another one. This is very important. Auto reload. And this is for all players, new, veteran, and any player in between. Enable auto reload. So when your gun runs out of bullets, your gun will automatically reload because you don't have any bullets. Or you can run out of bullets, hold off on reloading, get to whatever destination you need to go, and then reload, depending on how you control your character in the game. But me, I use enable because when I run out of bullets, I want my gun to automatically let me know that I'm out of bullets and I need to reload. And now attachments. Auto equip attachments. So that means any attachment that I pick up that is able to be applied on any gun that I have in my possession, in my character's possession, it will automatically get equipped onto the gun. I need all players, beginners to veterans, to set it on enable. It will help you in the long run. This is why I'm helping you and I'm walking you through all these steps one by one and explaining everything to you. That way you can have the gist of what's going on, what you need to know, and what is it used for. So auto equip scopes, yep, all auto replace attachments, enable, yes. I will, if I have a quick draw on my AR, if I have a quick draw mag on my AR or SMG or my sniper rifle and I want to drop it and pick up an extended mag, it will automatically replace the quick draw mag with the extended mag. And then that way all I have to do is reload my gun, and then now I have acknowledged in the game and in real life that my mag has switched or my attachment has switched out. So I suggest every player do this for all these settings too. Auto replace attachments, enable. Auto replace skin, enable. Maybe you don't want to enable your skin, then disable it. It's up to you. Hide your helmet. I have it disabled. It's up to you. I like to keep it enabled because I think when it's disabled, it messes with the hit detection on your character, because as you've seen, I have a big old snowman head on my character, and I think if I turn my helmet off, they're gonna look at me as a big old snowman head that's a big old target, and it look like easy big target to me. All right, so now we go to the next one, which is others. Camera speed, that's at 10. I don't mess with this one. This is mainly for if you're spectating. Player tag, enable. Leave these however it is. Oh no. I'm sorry. Player tag, enable. Every player should do this. Beginner, veteran, every player in between should have these exact settings that I have on this screen. This is what you need to apply to your game also. Player tag, enable. You can see your player tag. Player weapon tag, enable. You can see a player gun that they have on your screen. X-ray. Oh, this is for spectating. I don't really know, but it's enabled. Damage indicator, yes, enable it. Smoke timer is disabled. You don't really need it to be enabled unless you're new to PUBG, but this is between your preference and how you want to play. If you want your timer to be set for your smoke, most of the times when you pull a pin on a smoke grenade, you have 2 seconds before the smoke goes off. So you pull a pin, character will hold it, and then he'll drop it because it's going to go off by itself. Bullet tracers enable. Color team difference. Bullet tracer team color difference enable. Def cam enable. Alright. Audio, I have mine set to enable. Everything enabled. Weapon sounds remastered. UI enabled. Music enabled. And I have my music on random. It says unknown because it plays a random song whenever I turn the game on. I've been playing PUBG since, like I said, I've been playing PUBG since December 13th 2017. So I've been playing PUBG for 8 years, and I've been playing PUBG since the second day it dropped, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. This is why I've never put down this game, and I've been playing this game, and this is how I'm here today making this informational setting video for you. And I hope you take this video and use these tips and guidance to your advantage so you can better your gameplay, and we can all improve as a community and as a player for yourself. Voice chat, make sure your voice chat is at open mic so other players can hear you, and the players that you are in game with can hear you also. You can mute yourself by pressing start and pressing RB and scrolling to yourself to turn yourself down, or mute yourself, or mute any other player that's on your team. You can do that. But this is the main settings to where it will automatically show, okay, this person is this loud and this is how loud I am. This is the main setting. It's the main setting for that. Now for graphics, safe zone, I have it at 100. Field of view, I have it at 103. It works best for me. Brightness, I have it at 82, but I'm about to move it to an 84, no, 85, because I'm starting to think that an 82 is a little bit too dark for me. Universal brightness for all maps, I have that enabled. And graphic mode, I can't enable it because I'm on a Xbox Series S, not the new one, the Xbox S, the second generation, not the third generation. The third generation is the new one. I can't enable that until I get that system, but until then, these are my settings. I hope that I helped you guys out with this video, and make sure you guys check out my games that I've uploaded for you guys, and you can catch me in the lobby, and hopefully you can take what I'm giving you and run with what I'm giving you, and learn from me, from what I'm giving you. But with all that being said, that's the end of this setting video. I've explained all the settings for you, and this is basically the layout of your settings and stuff like that, but this is just for you to view. You guys know what that is. But any other questions, please comment down below. You can also reach out to me on all my other platforms at the top of the screen. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you would like to follow me on Twitch, I also stream and on Twitch and YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can subscribe to me on Twitch. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on TikTok. And you can reach me on all the platforms. So with all that being said, can't wait to see you in the lobby. And hope you learned something from your boy. Alright. Appreciate you. See you on the next one.